Right now, somewhere in your relationship, you are replaceable. You feel it. That quiet anxiety when they don't text back fast enough. That low-grade fear when they seem distant. That desperate urge to do more, give more, be more just, to keep their attention locked on you. You were never taught how love actually works. You were handed fairy tales. You were told to be kind, be available, be consistent. And so you became easy, predictable, comfortable. And comfort, in the psychology of desire, is the enemy of obsession. Here is the uncomfortable truth nobody is going to whisper in your ear. People do not deeply value what they can easily keep. They value what challenges them, what moves without warning, what carries a gravity so strong, walking away feels like losing a piece of themselves. You are not here to be loved conveniently. You are here to become the kind of person your lover cannot psychologically afford to lose. Not because you beg for it, not because you perform for it, but because you have engineered yourself into something irreplaceable. This is not a love advice video. This is a psychological warfare manual for the battlefield called intimacy. And if that makes you uncomfortable, good. Discomfort is where transformation lives. If this is your first time here, subscribe, hit that notification bell, because the things we discuss on this channel are the things other people spend their whole lives wishing someone had told them sooner. Now, let's go to work. Niccolo Machiavelli did not write about love, but everything he wrote about power applies to it. He understood human nature at its most raw, most honest level. That he knew that people respond not to what you say, but to what you make them feel. Not to your goodness, but to your perceived value. Not to your loyalty, but to the mystery of whether you might one day withdraw it. Machiavelli wrote that it is better to be feared than loved, but that the greatest position of all is to be both. In relationships, we translate that like this. It is better to be desired than needed, but the greatest position is to be both desired and irreplaceable. He warned rulers never to eliminate all uncertainty, because certainty breeds contempt. A kingdom that knows its ruler will never leave has no reason to stay loyal. A lover who knows you will always stay has no reason to fight for you. Machiavelli understood one brutal, timeless truth. Value is perceived, not intrinsic. You do not become irreplaceable by being good. You become irreplaceable by being strategic. Everything that follows is built on that foundation. 1. You stopped being a mystery the moment you became too available. The human brain is wired to pursue what it cannot fully understand. Neuroscience calls it the information gap theory. When someone cannot predict you completely, their brain becomes obsessed with filling in the blanks. It is the same mechanism that makes a good book impossible to put down. The moment you are completely readable, you become a book they have already finished. Weak people fail here because they confuse availability with devotion. They answer every message instantly. They cancel plans to show up. They believe that being there proves their love, and it does. But it also destroys desire. Never let your position be fully known. Keep some rooms locked, and let them wonder what happens in those rooms. Your partner texts. You are free. You respond 4 hours later, calm, warm, unbothered. Not playing games, just genuinely living a life that does not pause every time they reach out. The effect is magnetic. Suddenly you are not just their partner. You are someone with a world they cannot fully enter. Stop being the person who waits. Become the person who is worth waiting for. You are not made to be someone's guaranteed comfort. You are made to be someone's greatest uncertainty. Type this affirmation in the comment section. I am a mystery worth obsessing over. 2. Your emotional neediness is pushing them toward the exit. Neediness is not love. It is fear wearing love's mask. And people can feel the difference. When you operate from a place of emotional scarcity, when your peace depends on their validation, you radiate an energy that repels, not because they are cruel, but because desperation is psychologically suffocating. Weak people fail here because they were never taught that their emotional stability is their responsibility. They outsource their self-worth to their partner. Every unanswered question becomes a crisis. Every moment of distance becomes evidence of abandonment. A ruler who needs the approval of the crowd will always be at the crowd's mercy. Govern yourself first. Your inner kingdom must be iron before you can hold an outer one. They come home distracted, quiet. The needy version of you spirals. Did I do something? Are they losing interest? Should I ask? Should I give space? And the unshakable version of you pours a glass of water, smiles, says, I'm here when you're ready, and means it. No performance, no panic, just grounded, quiet power. Stop making them responsible for your emotional weather. Become the eye of your own storm. The most attractive thing you will ever wear is a life that does not need saving. Type this affirmation in the comments section. My peace belongs to me. No one can take it, and no one had to give it. 3. You gave them the full picture too soon. Revelation kills fascination. Every layer you expose too quickly is a layer they no longer have reason to discover. Human desire is a hunt. The moment the hunt is over, the hunger begins to fade. Weak people fail here because they believe radical transparency is intimacy. They confuse emotional dumping with emotional depth. They share everything, every fear, every wound, every insecurity in the first weeks, and then wonder why the electricity fades. Information is power. What you withhold gives you leverage. What you reveal carelessly gives others a map to your weaknesses. 2 people meet. One shares everything immediately, their past trauma, their fears, their full emotional blueprint. The other shares in layers, just enough to intrigue, just enough to open a new question every time a door closes. 3 months in, the first person is already understood. The second person is still being discovered. Who holds the power? Become a slow revelation. Be the kind of depth that takes years to reach the bottom of. You are not a confession. You are a labyrinth. Type this affirmation in the comments section. I reveal myself on my terms, in my time, at my pace. 4. You forgot to remain dangerous. Desire requires a perceived threat of loss. When someone knows deep in their nervous system that you are not going anywhere, the biological urgency to keep you dissolves. This is not cynicism. It is evolutionary psychology. We are wired to fight for things that might disappear. Weak people fail here because they were taught that commitment means guaranteed presence. So they make themselves immovable. And immovable things stop being valued. They become furniture. Even the most loyal prince must remind his subjects that his loyalty is a choice, not a given. The moment your allegiance is assumed, your power evaporates. You stop doing things independently. You stop having friendships outside the relationship. You stop having goals that don't involve them. And slowly, without either of you noticing, you stop being a person and start being an extension of them. And nobody is afraid to lose a shadow. Remain a full, sovereign human being. Keep your fire burning for things beyond this relationship. Let them feel always that loving you is a privilege that could be revoked. The moment you stopped being someone they could lose, you became someone they stopped being afraid to lose. Type this affirmation in the comments section. I am chosen every day, not assumed every day. 5. You tried to win love through overgiving, so excessive giving signals low self-worth, not high love. There's a version of generosity that comes from abundance. I give because I have so much that it overflows. And there is a version that comes from fear. I give because I am terrified that without these gifts, I am not enough. And your partner can feel which one you are operating from, and one is magnetic, the other is quietly tragic. Weak people fail here because they were conditioned to believe that love must be earned through sacrifice. So, they overfunction, they bend, they absorb, they give until they are hollow, and then they wonder why they are being taken for granted. Do not give generously to those who have not proven they value what you offer. Generosity without strategy is simply waste. You plan every date. You buy every gift. You absorb every bad mood. You fix every problem. And 6 months in, they are not grateful, they are expectant. You trained them to receive without reciprocating. You made yourself a service, not a partner. Give powerfully, not desperately. Let your presence be a gift, not your constant performance. And you were not put on this earth to audition for someone else's love. Type this affirmation in the comments section. I am the prize. I do not perform for prizes, I receive them. 6. You made peace with being small so they would feel comfortable. When you shrink yourself for someone, you destroy the very thing they found attractive. They fell for the version of you that was bold, opinionated, ambitious, unapologetically themselves, and slowly to keep the peace, to avoid conflict, to seem easy to love you, filed down your edges. You became smooth, agreeable, safe, and safe in the psychology of passion is a slow death sentence. Weak people fail here because they were taught that love requires compromise. True, but compromise is different from disappearance. You can meet someone halfway without ceasing to exist. A leader who abandons their convictions to please their court will soon find the court has lost all respect for them. Conviction is the spine of power. You used to challenge them, push back on ideas, have opinions that created heat. Now you agree with everything. Avoid every hard conversation. Become a mirror instead of a mind. And one day they say, I just feel like I don't really know you anymore. They don't. Because you buried yourself trying to keep them. Reclaim your edges. Reclaim your voice. Reclaim the wildness that made you worth pursuing in the first place. The fire in you is not a problem to manage. It is the reason they wanted you. Type this affirmation in the comments section. I do not shrink. I expand. I take up the space I was made for. 7. You confused obsession with love and built on the wrong foundation. If someone stays with you only because you trigger their psychology, they will leave the moment you stop. Becoming impossible to replace is not about manipulation. It is not about manufacturing anxiety or engineering insecurity in another person. Those are tactics of the weak and the fearful. The truly irreplaceable person does not need to manipulate. They simply become and let that becoming do all the work. Weak people fail here because they learn psychological tactics as weapons instead of as mirrors. They use mystery to punish. They use distance to control. And they create relationships built on tension instead of transformation. Those relationships burn bright and destroy fast. Lasting power is not seized through tricks. It is built through becoming someone whose absence genuinely costs others. The prince who rules through fear alone will be overthrown. The prince who rules through genuine strategic greatness is remembered forever. You have done the work. You have rebuilt your identity. You are emotionally grounded, selectively available, genuinely growing. Your partner looks at you one evening and realizes quietly, without words, that they have no idea how to imagine their life without you in it. Not because you trapped them, but because you became undeniable. Stop trying to be irreplaceable through tactics. Become irreplaceable through magnitude. You don't make them need you. You become someone worth needing. Type this affirmation in the comment section. I build myself into something the world cannot afford to lose. You came into this video as one version of yourself. If you are paying attention, you are already beginning to become another. Here is what you now understand, that most people will spend their entire lives never figuring out. You do not become irreplaceable by loving harder. You become irreplaceable by becoming more grounded, more layered, more purposeful, more yourself in the fullest, most unapologetic, most psychologically complex sense of that word. Your lover does not need a saint. They do not need a servant. They do not need someone who has dissolved themselves into the relationship until there is nothing left but reflection. They need someone who makes them feel every single day that loving you is one of the most consequential choices they have ever made. That is not manipulation. That is mastery. Machiavelli built empires on the understanding that perception shapes reality. While you are now in the business of shaping perception, starting with your own. Because the person who sees themselves clearly, who moves with intention, who refuses to shrink or beg or perform, that person does not worry about being replaced. They worry about running out of time to become everything they are capable of being. That is your new obsession. That is your new war. Not against your lover, against the diminished version of yourself you were conditioned to accept. That version is finished. What rises in its place is harder, quieter, more certain, more dangerous in the best possible way. Go be that. And if this video shifted something in you, if something cracked open and the light got in, subscribe. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Because this work doesn't end here, and neither do you. Type this affirmation in the comments section. I am not a convenience. I am the standard. And from this moment forward, I live like it.